Talk about boundaries. Man, I know, like, boundaries in a relationship, boundaries in friendship, boundaries in general. Whew. Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully this focus is on right because I am blind as a bat. Welcome back to my channel. So if this is your first time, make sure you watch all the videos first of all, and you subscribe. You know how that goes. So I'm still working on boundaries, to be honest. And today I have my brother with me, so he don't be like, oh, you biased. No. So we're gonna have a male perspective as well. Let me see what he thinks. Let's have this. Come on, brother, let's do this. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come sit right here. Come sit so they can see you. See this what is it? Dark chocolates.
Yeah.
He's taking he's married to my sister. He's taking. So welcome. Can you adjust yourself? It's like is it getting you? Yeah. Not you trying to sit like a so on today's episode. Anyway.
Yeah, we're talking about boundaries. boundaries. Like, you know, whenever you hear the word boundaries, people usually get like defensive. But I believe it's good for any form of relationship.
That's true.
Your husband, your wife, your friends, co-workers, job, like wherever your boss, because sometimes your boss can invade your boundaries, but maybe asking you to work hours that you don't want to work, maybe,
and say no.
Yeah, so you can say no, but it's really
in
good
a polite way.
Yeah, it's good to have boundaries, healthy boundaries.
So
that's the key word, healthy boundaries. Yeah.
So first of all, like, what's the Google definition? I don't have my phone with me.
What?
That's the Google definition of boundaries. Let's see, you want to check it out? Because he's telling me he's creating boundaries for me. Because yeah, I crossed the line. Good way though, good way. So his wife is downstairs. She's like, you guys better do this in 5 minutes and come back down. So we're gonna try and keep this in 5 minutes and come back down. But what are why he's looking up the Google? You got it?
Yeah, it's personal boundaries.
What is it? You read it.
So personal boundaries are the limits and rules we set for ourselves within a relationship. So and it went on to say a person with healthy boundaries can say no to others when they want to, but they're also comfortable opening themselves up to intimacy and to close relationships. So yeah, like we said, like being able to say no, because I know at times it can be difficult. That's something that I'm working on as well, but it's definitely good because boundaries, it helps the relationship grow and it fosters the relationship with mutual respect, because you're able to at least set like things that you like, or maybe something that you don't like, like you don't like when someone is doing to you.
Like, what are some of your boundaries in your relationship? Like, hell, like what are 3 healthy boundaries, I should say? 3, just give us 3 now.
I could think about one off the top.
You better not be something.
Number 1 is basically, I told my wife that whenever we get to a disagreement, because I mean people will disagree, and it should never get to a point where you start like insulting one another, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's how it starts. So that's because once you get to that point where you're comfortable like raining insults and stuff and just saying
and calling names,
cursing at the person, and then it can escalate. It's possible it may not, it may just stay at that, but you don't want to test that. So just set boundaries. So before, even if I'm angry at you, I would never ever say anything. Like, I've never ever cursed at her, and I've known her for like since
100 years,
since 2008. So yeah, so that's one. And
not even in a playful way, like.
Yeah, definitely not, because that's how it starts.
Yeah, that's true.
And then another boundary is it's just mutual respect. I think, yeah, mutual respect. I
mean, that comes with the first one that you just said. When you have respect for that person, it's just like you would not even want to play in a way that cross that boundaries, because like he said, that's how things start. And the moment you get comfortable in that, it's hard to go back.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are your boundaries? And because what I notice is people like to talk about boundaries, but people don't like following boundaries. Because I know
I'm a work in progress. Okay, I'm a work in progress. Okay. I'm glad to say that. So do you guys have a
do you have a boundary in your relationship, in your marriage?
Yes, I mean, definitely.
It may not even be marriage, like friendship. Yeah.
Friendship boundaries are very important. Like, I'm a little bit going, like, friendship boundaries are very important, just so you know. But since with in my marriage, I mean, it's the same thing as the first one, because that not insulting one another, because, you know, coming from my past, I'm used to, well, not used to it, but like where I might say something, you hearing the baby cry, it's okay, just tune that out, pay attention to this. And I'm used to it in a way that when I might like be a little bit like disrespectful in the arguments when I used to be with people in my past, because they do the same thing. So now I've come a long way. You know, my husband doesn't like disrespect me in that way, doesn't cross boundaries, and so that's why I say I'm a work in progress. I definitely do not insult him, you know, in a serious manner or in a jokely manner. And another, I think, what is it? I don't know. Like, I'm sure if you ask him, he will have a lot to say, but.
Yeah, do you respect his boundaries?
Yes, I respect his boundaries.
Okay, yeah, you know? It's very important. Like, while you're setting boundaries as well, you should respect other people's boundaries, because, like we said, it's very important. I know, like, people don't like they feel like you're being a certain way, but at the end of the day, you know, like, you need to know who you are, what you stand for, what you accept, and what you won't accept, because people will test your boundaries. What a family! I think the hardest one is family. Yeah, because I mean, for instance, if you're married, especially coming from boys, like we were close to their moms and stuff. Yeah, so I feel like.
What you about to say?
No, I feel like it can be very difficult, right? Having boundaries, especially when your parents probably think that that's disrespectful. Because I know families that think that, why you setting boundaries? I didn't set boundaries when I was raising you, but it's also good to have boundaries with your parents, because you don't want to be. I mean, there are certain things they have boundaries.
Especially with African parents.
Oh, that's difficult, yeah. But they have boundaries that they set with you, but someone gets the same boundaries. So. There's no limit to who you want to have boundaries with. Like I said, healthy boundaries. Not just because you feel like, okay, I don't want to, you know what I mean, deal with you, so you decide to. But something that I can't be disclosing my financial situation with my parents now that I'm married.
They don't, parents.
So there are healthy boundaries that are definitely needed for any form of relationship. And you also need to, as you're setting your boundaries, you also need to respect. That's very key. Because, I mean, it doesn't make sense to be asking someone to do something you're not willing to do the same thing. So, yeah, but financial boundaries. Yes. You can only spend a certain amount.
Man.
That's
hard.
I mean, I think it's just about being financially, like, sound in a way, because you don't want to just buy anything whenever you want, especially the fact that now it's not just you. Like, when it was just me, I didn't really worry about savings and stuff.
Oh,
but now, like, you need to set that as well. Like, maybe there's a limit as to what you can spend before reaching out to the next person. So yeah.
My husband just be seeing Amazon boxes and be like, "Did you order something?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't remember."
Yeah, so you need to work on that boundaries. And spiritual boundaries. That's another one that me and my wife has. Like, anything that goes against my belief. Let's say, for instance, I have to make a decision that. Something that you want me to do, that my wife will want me to do, that is against our spiritual belief. That God come first. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't need to be apologized. I think everybody know that God, before anything, before anyone, God come first.
Yeah, but it's not always the case. There are certain decisions that, I mean, you may not really think. It's not really a big deal, but in the moment you have to make. So that's very important. Like, it's a decision that I'm making. Is it based on because you're asking me to, and something that I don't believe that we should be doing, because that's also very important.
Spiritual boundary, I never heard that one.
That's a different kind of
wow.
boundary,
spiritual boundaries.
Yeah, so
like,
it's basically it's about knowing who you are, knowing what your values and things that are important to you, and being able to set boundaries around those things, because I mean that's just how it should be. If you want to have a respectful, growing, flourishing relationship, it's
any
something
kind
that,
of relationship.
if you want that relationship to be based on mutual respect, and also, like I said, very important, respect the other person's boundary as well, and respect your own boundaries. You need to respect,
we got it.
Respect
like,
your own boundaries. You gotta
I feel like you keep on saying respecting other people's boundaries. Like, I feel like you're trying to send a message.
No, I'm just saying.
Like, you're saying that and looking at me. Like, are you trying to send a message?
Nope. Yeah, but yeah, that's all. Those are my boundaries. That I mean, those are the key important ones. I'm sure there are other ones.
There are.
That work related and stuff.
So
that are very important.
Make sure you set your boundaries. And what are, like, leave in the comments below, what are some of your boundaries?
Yeah.
And I want to go back to that setting boundaries, especially for parents. I would say African parents, but just parents in general. Man, they will tell you, I brought you into this world. Like, when you was enjoying. I didn't ask. But it's so important to set boundaries for your parents. I know it can be hard, but doing it in a respectful way, so they don't be like you disrespecting them.
Yeah.
And because parents quick to say you disrespecting me, because I'm working at, like, my son, if he talking about boundary, I'm like, what boundary do you have? What? Don't say anything.
Go ahead.
He live under my roof. Eat my food.
I mean, at a certain age, yeah. I mean, at a certain age.
And he's 7. When you don't have no boundaries at that age, okay?
I mean, obviously, you gotta instill discipline before. I mean, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about boundaries.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
See, look at this. Say you put me on track, because I was about to go all over the place. So, any last? Because I don't want this video to be too long. Anything else?
I mean, we already said basically what we said for the most part. Like, boundaries are not bad. Don't let no one, like,
say otherwise.
Make you feel like you're setting boundaries, like you are actually, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, knowing what you stand for and your beliefs, your convictions, your boundaries should be around those, your values. So there's nothing wrong with having them, and also respecting them yourself, because you can't expect other people to respect your boundaries and you don't respect theirs. And also, yeah, just learn and grow.
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You know, this is the first time. Come here. This is your first time to, like, put your face on social media. That's like that. True. What?
Anyways, boundaries.
This is your first time. So
boundaries.
Thank you.
I set boundaries. You should not respecting my boundaries.
Anyway, this is your first time, because you always do your audio. You don't put your face. You don't want your face.
No, that's not what it is.
So you just block. You just don't. I'm not talking about Snapchat.
Oh, but I mean, I'm not active on YouTube or anything, but I mean, it's coming, definitely.
It's coming. Y'all look out.
Thank
you. T for trust.
Trust God.
Trust God. So,
bye.
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 So, thank you guys again for watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Oh, let me show you my shirt. Jesus is the vibe. Always.